Welcome to the Mack Talks, everybody. This is episode 52.
52?
And we are on the road. We are at the Mohegan Sun Food and Wine Festival 2020, right, Chase, I've heard?
That's right, and we've been here since early this morning, just covering the event, getting interviews with all the celebrity chefs, and obviously taking a look at the demos, shaking hands. It's been great. It's been great
I think
so
it's
far.
been awesome. We've interviewed a lot of really awesome chefs. And we've got some awesome content that we can't wait to share with everybody.
Yep.
And on this episode right here, we're in a conference room at Mohegan Sun, and we're going to have a few different celebrity chefs come on as guests.
Yep.
And just chop it up with us for a few minutes. It's going to be a little bit of a different type of podcast than what we usually do. We usually have one guest. But I'm excited. I think it's going to go good. I think we got a couple of great talented people coming on, so I think we should be able to knock out a good pod here on this little remote jammy jam. Chase, tell the people what the Mack Talks are.
If you're an entrepreneur, impactful leader, or business owner, the Mack Talks are that vehicle that brings you the stories that you need to hear.
That's right, real stories from real leaders. Check us out every Thursday. What do you think?
No, I mean, we're going to go rapid fire this time, guys. Scott and I are going to, why don't we start off by just talking about the show? We saw a bunch of different companies. We saw Bud Light Seltzer, got a chance to try that.
Yeah, that was great.
Which was delicious, by the way. I think it knocks White Claw right out of the water.
Yeah.
What do you think?
I was a little skeptical of the Bud Light. I'm not a seltzer guy.
I was skeptical, too.
I will drink that seltzer on the beach.
Yes.
I will, and I don't like the White Claw.
It's cleaner. It's got a nice,
it's
clean
a clean
taste.
and I know that sounds weird coming from Budweiser, but it's true.
Yeah,
you know.
And it's got the same ABV as Bud Heavy, which is interesting.
Yeah,
and it's much less calories. So we tried that. That was awesome. We had some Frank Pepe's pizza. We had we tried some wine,
some sliders and stuff.
Yep, we got up on the Coca-Cola.
So I might actually interrupt you because we actually have Rocco DiSpirito that actually just walked in.
Okay.
So at some point he's just going to come over here and he's going to jump in. So if I interrupt you, I apologize. You know I don't like to interrupt you much.
Listen, it's fine.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I don't railroad you often, do I?
No, never.
All right. Okay.
Never.
Cool. So, when he is ready, he's going to come over. He's going to sit down, and we're going to fire a few fastballs at him. Right?
Okay. Yeah. I hope you're ready, bro.
Oh, I'm ready.
I only hit hardball. I only throw hardball questions out there. So
you toss meatballs, bro. What are you talking about?
No.
You
I
throw
only
a couple
come
of
with the
hardballs
hard-hitting questions. I go right to the root, right to the primordial root of your consciousness, and
Of
I
your
just
goiter.
hit you with that.
You get right in the
Hit
goiter.
you with that, and that's what makes for the best content, you know.
All right, so for some people that maybe haven't seen the video that we've recorded earlier, Chase was wearing a pretzel necklace, and I want you to tell our audience exactly why you were wearing the pretzel necklace, sir.
So I went up to a group of people and I was like, why are you guys wearing these pretzels around your neck? And they said it was because if you're going to be drinking all day, that the pretzels actually help keep you a little bit sober so that you're riding that razor's edge of being sober and drunk. And they actually were kind enough to offer me one of their necklaces. They had a bag full of them.
That's amazing.
So I put it around my neck and wore it most of the day. And I wasn't drinking that much, so it's not like I needed it. It was more of a flair piece.
Yeah.
So and Scott said it was a whack move, but
It
made more and more sense to you as the day went by.
It did, but I still wouldn't do it. I'd keep a bag of pretzels in my pocket like grown-ass men do.
I think it's fun, it's festive, and you're just like a boomer. Like I don't get why you have to crap on it.
No, I hear you.
But,
so the event was, the event is sick, right? How many people you think are down there?
I said, there's got to be 1,000, 2,000 people.
And Mohegan Sun, let's give them credit. Let's give Mohegan Sun credit. You're gonna go and get all these people shit-faced, and then you're gonna have them gamble.
I know.
I think that's a smart business move. I think that this is probably one of their biggest numbers that they do. This is probably one of their best grossing nights. Wouldn't you say?
Yep.
We're ready for him whenever he is.
And we were
we're ready whenever he is.
Oh, and
we're ready for Rocco whenever he's ready.
So Rocco DiSpirito is going to be coming on in a minute here. He's a celebrity chef.
Yeah,
been
he's
around
awesome.
a while.
Yep, we're just going to knock out a few questions for him.
Yep.
And
what's up, man?
Hey, Rocco, how are
Jay,
you?
me to jump in?
Nice to meet you.
Scott Johnson.
Jump right in.
Come on in. Sit down, buddy.
Toss the headphones on.
Sure.
Come into our world.
All right.
Make sure you're not tangled up.
Oh, that sounds great.
What's up, man?
Awesome.
You know,
So we've got
I'm here not to cook.
we got the chef in the building here, Rocco DiSpirito. How you doing, sir?
I'm great. I feel like this might be the best Sunfest ever. I don't know. It just feels like there's a really good vibe.
Yeah. How many years have you been coming?
I think 11.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you do any demos or anything?
I've done every event over the years. I didn't do a demo tonight. I did the cigar event last night.
Okay, yeah, that's right.
Which
Yep.
I didn't know you had a cigar lounge here, so I'm very upset.
This place
For
is
10
so
years,
huge, it's
I
hard to
didn't-
find.
For 10 years, I didn't smoke a cigar. You know, I love smoking cigars, but you never get the time, right? You need to give yourself like a half a day off.
Yeah.
To do that. And then, like, you need a half day to shower and make sure you don't smell bad.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
Charles Oakley was there.
Yeah, I saw. Yeah,
it was
that was
really
pretty cool.
A lot
Yeah.
of cool people. And then, of course, if you're hanging around cigar people, there's always like talk of great whiskey, and
Yeah.
someone opens a pappy. And
Yeah, right.
and so it
For
ends up
sure.
being a pretty good night.
Yeah, that's awesome. So, this is our first year actually attending this event.
Oh, cool.
And we thought it was awesome. I mean, it was really cool down there.
Yeah.
We were in the grand area, like the huge event there,
Right.
where they had a
Sure,
bunch
sure.
of different
Chefs and
demos and stuff like that.
tastings.
Yeah, so it was really great. So you've been coming for how many years? You said
11
years.
yeah.
Wow. How many years have they been doing it for?
17.
Oh wow.
Yeah,
That's great,
yeah.
man.
I can only remember 11. Lindsay would know if I came for more, but
Yeah.
that's about when I remember starting to come here.
So-
and 11 years ago, it was a little smaller. They didn't have quite the level of chefs they have now. This year, the chef lineup is mega star. I mean,
Yeah.
it's like the best chefs around.
Yeah.
Must be like a reunion for you too.
It is.
in a lot
You know,
of
these
ways.
events are a lot like a reunion. Actually, Mark Murphy and I were joking that we see each other more on the road than we do. We both live in New York City, and we never see each other.
right?
Yeah, so we always see each other on the road at events like this.
So you currently have restaurants in New York City?
No, I just left the Standard
Yep.
just before the holidays.
Okay.
And I'm working on new projects. Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, that's what I was going to ask you. What you
Yeah.
have on tap for 2020?
Yeah. So
Can you share anything
not,
with us?
Not
It's a
100%.
little bit-
Not
okay.
100% sure, so I can't share what I don't know. But I do have a book coming out March 3rd. So
Awesome.
I'm working on that right now. Yeah, and shooting some TV with Guy Fieri and Food Network.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
So one of the questions that we've been asking all the chefs today
Yeah.
that we'd love to ask you and get your opinion on is, do you consider yourself and do you consider chefs to be entrepreneurs?
Sure. I mean,
I
being a chef
do,
is really
100%.
the ultimate in entrepreneurship.
I think
You're
so.
right. Yeah, you're owning the experience. You're taking the risk. You're building. You're creating something.
Especially when
and
you're a
that's what
TV
entrepreneur does,
personality.
right?
When you're a TV
So
personality as well, it's a whole, and that's
When you're
that's
doing
your
both,
brand.
you mean? Yeah, then
that's your brand.
Then you're
I mean,
really probably stretching things a lot because there's only so much bandwidth. But
Yeah.
if you open a restaurant, that's the definition of an entrepreneur.
I
right?
agree with you 100%.
Yeah, a
Yep.
restaurant, a bar, any freestanding business that isn't supported by a large corporation that you put your own money, blood, sweat, and tears in. And we all do that. Every single one of us, for better or for worse, has done that, right?
Yeah, yep.
Multiple times, sometimes.
Yep.
I also
We've
think
all
it's
opened so many and closed so many, and
Yeah.
It's also like the most competitive industry. Like I mean, restaurants open and close in a matter of months. Like, it's a
brutal.
revolving door kind of.
Brutal,
So
yeah.
can you speak to that a little
Sure,
bit?
I think the latest stat is 7 out of 10 close in the first
Wow.
year.
Yeah.
Obviously, if you're on TV, you have a slight advantage, but not a huge advantage, and it's not the advantage we had in the 90s and the early 2000s. Back then, a TV presence was a big advantage, and now there's just so many chefs on TV. It's not a big
Well, also
advantage
they
anymore.
can build out their brand through social media as well.
That's the
You
next
know what
thing
I
I
mean?
was going to
So
say. How has social media changed the landscape for you guys? For chefs?
It's changed it dramatically. So you have to feed the social media beast now, and that's not something you can ignore anymore.
Yep.
Back when I opened Union Pacific in 1998, the internet, email, and social media was just something we were thinking about coming in the future. And then by 2003-04, social media was absolutely, critical. And if you didn't have a website and you weren't taking reservations on the web, you were behind the gun. And then by 2010, it was all about everything digital, right? Digital
Yeah.
marketing across all platforms. And now, of course, that's where we start. But I remember days where restaurateurs, big famous restaurateurs and chefs would fight. No, I'm not doing reservations online. That's not.
yeah,
we're not-
because they didn't want to
Yeah,
change with the times,
exactly.
right? Like
They
they
didn't-
thought that it was going to happen whether they were going to do it or not,
Yeah.
and they're going to get left.
Yeah,
Right?
We didn't know that, but yeah, that's exactly what happened. And now, of course, everything's done online, everything's done digitally, everything's done on a mobile device.
Yeah.
But back then, I mean, the iPhone, first iPhone was 2006, So we were still using Blackberries, and you couldn't make reservations on an app on a Blackberry. So
Yeah,
who knew?
exactly.
But I call the last decade like almost a centennial decade of change that happened in the last 10 years.
Yeah.
If you think about 10 years ago and how we operated businesses compared to now. But
And
social media, especially IG, you have to have a huge presence, and you have to feed it every day. People want to see what's going on in your place, and that's how they evaluate it before they make a decision to come in.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Well, Rocco, thank you so much. I know you only had
That's
a few
it?
minutes, so
Wow.
well, I mean, I'd love for you to stay, but they just told us 5 minutes for everybody, so I don't want to keep you too long.
Where are you guys from?
So we have a digital marketing agency called Mack Media Group.
Okay, cool.
And then we created a podcast called the Mack Talks, which is about entrepreneurs.
Great.
So that's the reason why we asked you the entrepreneur question, and I 100% consider, especially the chefs that are here.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And obviously, if you're a chef of a small restaurant, if you're a chef of a of a hotel, you do manage.
It's less entrepreneurial.
It's less entrepreneurial, but it still is a certain extent because you own that kitchen. So, I really do feel, and especially with what all you guys are doing, it's all about your brand. It's all about your name.
We act like we own everything.
Yeah.
We behave and work like we own whatever we're working on.
Yeah.
For good or for worse. But if you're investing your own money and your own time and your own resources, that's what I think makes you an actual entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You work in a hotel. I understand behaving like an entrepreneur in a hotel and running a kitchen like you own it, but it's very different than risking your own cash out of your pocket.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep. And also, everybody kind of calls themselves an entrepreneur.
And,
Back in the day, it just meant you were it was a bad thing when you were an entrepreneur. It meant you made no
didn't have a
money.
job.
And now everybody's
You're
like, look
"Oh,
at
I
me,
thought
I'm
it was-
hustling, I'm
an
grinding.
entrepreneur. I'm
I
an
thought it was
inventor.
consulting.
That's what it is, consulting. That's actually what somebody that we spoke to
That meant you were
downstairs said.
definitely unemployed. Right?
Yeah, I'm doing consulting.
Scott always says like we like to hire people to work at the agency.
Yeah, this is a good one. I like this.
Out of the kitchen, because if you have, or even in the front, I mean,
Sure,
that as well.
yeah.
But because you have this mindset back there of move your ass, get it done, make it presentable,
Sense of
make
urgency,
it good,
yeah.
sense of urgency. And so what you get from that, I mean, I personally was I was a sous chef, I was a line cook at two different places for a couple of years, and it was a passion of mine, but I knew I wasn't going to go into that line of work. But I'll tell you, I learned more in those years than I
It's
feel like
high
school,
intensity,
my
right?
entire
Yeah.
schooling.
Yeah, and I worked like the line cook breakfast for a hotel,
Right.
and you got to
He
move
could
your
have
ass.
it too.
Like you just got to move your ass. So it's like whenever somebody like Matt, our production guy, like he worked in a kitchen. Like anybody that I know that works in a kitchen,
Usually has
they
a good
have
work
that.
ethic,
and it's like move your ass.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Because
yeah.
you have to, because it's gonna move whether the kitchen's got to move.
No, it's
so
good. It's definitely good work training in general. I remember being a breakfast cook, and not only do you have to move your ass, but you have to come in 2 hours early to steal all the containers in the house and hide everything, and to make, because once that breakfast starts, you cannot leave the line.
no, that's true. That's exactly that. I remember that's how it was and stuff. So
I did breakfast at the Marriott Marquis 2,000 room hotel in Times Square.
Oh my
And,
gosh.
it was just me doing all the eggs, and you could not leave the line.
Yeah.
You need to wear diapers.
nonstop, right? Yeah, that's so
lose
funny.
like
the
a
little,
7 pounds
little Texas
of
catheter
sweat.
over there,
It's
right?
True.
So, are you attending some of the events tonight?
Well, I'm doing the chef dine around. I'll be hosting a table.
Awesome.
Yes, I'm serving porchetta with faro and porcino risotto.
Awesome.
And I think I'm one of 18 chefs who are doing that. And there's some great chefs, Minnie Chuan, Mark Murphy, Aaron Sanchez, Alex Garnaschelli. So Richard Blaze. It's going to be an
awesome.
insane dinner. Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking forward to it.
All right. Well, I think we
the
might be
time?
popping in over there, so we'll come say hello to you, have a
Good.
beer with you,
I look
and
forward to it.
we'll go from there. Thank
All
you
right.
so much.
You're welcome.
Really
Thanks,
appreciate
Rocco.
your time. Thanks,
Appreciate
buddy.
it, man.
All right. So everybody, that was
Thanks for
Rocco DiSpirito. Thank you, buddy.
Actually, kind of a smart move.
And
You take people out of the kitchen and then you open up.
a digital, yeah. So that's Rocco. Yep. And now we have Ben coming in.
There you go.
From below deck.
Ben
Robinson.
how's
Hey,
it going,
buddy.
man? Have a seat.
How are you? Have a seat. Put on the headphones.
Welcome to our world.
You remember me from last night? You gave my wife a shout out at the bar.
Fuck
Yeah, she loves you, man. She was so excited. I sent that over to. She was really bummed out because our dogs won't go outside because it's pouring rain, and she's like, these goddamn dogs, I'm sick and I don't want to, and I sent her that video, and she's like, oh my God, I don't even give a shit that the dogs don't want to go outside right now. So she loves you. She watches the show. She follows you on social media. She comments on all your stuff. She's a huge fan. So I went down there to get your book. I didn't see you didn't have a book. Why don't you? Did you have a book? Do you have a book?
Not yet.
Yeah.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. You need to get that.
Are we
Oh my
live?
God.
We're just running.
You
we're just
You
riffing.
can probably
Yeah.
write an entire book just about being on below deck.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's just funny. Like, I feel like I'm in a better place now to write that book.
Yeah.
Because before, it's tough being a yacht chef because you're just pulled in so many different directions.
Oh, it's got to be tough.
You're doing so many different meals. So now I'm more land-based. It's just easier to really hone in on those fabulous dishes that I've been working up to.
Yeah. I think that's awesome. So
I think sometimes you just have to draw the line as a chef and be like, okay. I mean, because I think we're all working towards something, but are we?
Yeah. No, I hear you. So tell us a little bit about working on the show, because it's kind of a two-part thing there.
Yep.
I mean, you're working on the show, but then you also have the the chef side of it that you have to actually get the work done. So
Right.
Obviously there's a lot of drama on the show, and that's what they it's what they want. It's what gets the ratings and stuff. So just tell us a little bit about what it's like, being in such tight quarters, with.
I mean, it's interesting you bring up that point because the EP, Mark Cronin, said initially when we started on the show many years ago, he said, you've got two jobs.
Yep.
One's your actual job, and then the other is being a good cast member.
Yeah.
I think I may have been good at one of them.
Well, I think you
and
got
that was my actual job.
Yeah. I hear you. Well,
They used to call me the escapist. no one could ever find me.
That's great.
Yeah.
So I actually have a question for you that we've been asking a lot of the chefs today, and I'd love to get your input on it. Do you consider a chef to be an entrepreneur?
I definitely think yes.
I agree with you.
I really do. I consider myself a food entrepreneur.
Yep.
So I think to make it in this day and age, and obviously I think television is really important as well. It gets your name out there. Restaurants are tough. Everyone knows that. I've been always very hesitant. I'm starting a franchise concept, but I've always been hesitant to be sort of shackled to a restaurant. At the whim of your thieving employees and the fad food industry. What's better? What's the next best thing?
Exactly.
It's just tough.
We had one of the chefs tell us he's an entrepreneur. Entrepreneur.
Very clever.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty
I think
interesting.
that's going to be the name of my cookbook.
Yeah, right? Isn't that a good one? The entrepreneur.
Entrepreneur.
I saw on one of the episodes of Below Deck that you were serving a dish that was a little bit on the higher end, right? It was a little bit fancier but then the women that were on the yacht wanted like cheeseburger. They want
drunk food.
Yeah.
They want drunk food.
And so it made me think about, it's the same thing in business where you have a solution, like you have a service or you have a product, but then there's what the customer wants.
It's it's a viable product, right?
Yeah. And you try meeting them in the middle somewhere. I mean, that's like
We really liked that episode. We were watching it before, of when you were like, when you talk to the guests, sometimes you save yourself a lot, because you can learn it, and you
really
can figure out, learn them,
Communication is integral, but I think I should have a breathalyzer in the galley and just kind of pop out there and go, come on, just breathe into this.
Yeah,
How
right?
drunk
All right,
are you cheeseburger drunk?
Oh no, you're nacho drunk.
Yeah.
Oh no, you're way too deep.
Oh, you're a patty melt, aren't you? You want some breakfast at 2 a.m, don't you?
You just want a can of cheese.
Yeah. So, on the show, I love the captain. That guy, I love it when you guys woke him up one night, he comes downstairs and he's just, with his chest all like.
He gets a little puffed up.
Yeah.
No, he's a good old boy.
Yeah.
He's
Yep.
good.
Well, that's awesome, man. So, what do you have on tap for 2020? What do you got going on?
Last week I actually just shot for Food Network.
Okay.
My dream is to have my own show. That's about as much as I can really talk about.
Yeah. Awesome.
But, it's definitely something that we're trying to work on.
Yep.
And we just crush events, tons of parties, private, corporate, lots of demos.
Yeah.
we're super busy. I mean, in the last week I've been in New York, went straight to the Bahamas, went home one night, straight to Bahamas, did a gig in Miami 2 nights ago, and now I'm here. So,
Yeah, you're running around
so
all over the
What
place.
do you want, you know?
To me, that sounds like an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That
It
sounds like
is.
an entrepreneur. So, quick question for you. I'm from, it's kind of the South. It's called a little state called Delaware.
Yeah, I know.
Little baby Delaware. You ever heard of it?
there.
Have you ever heard of a delicatessen that we like to call scrapple?
No.
Have you never heard of scrapple? You should look it up. I love to talk about.
He loves it. He loves
I figured
Scrapple.
you probably didn't know because it's like this little. It's just a small area of like Delaware, Pennsylvania, North Carolina. Goes over to like Ohio. So basically, what it is, I like to describe it as the hot dog for breakfast. It's a gray block, and no, it's not spam.
I've heard.
Yeah,
I
it's
know
scrapple.
It's like offal and it's.
Yes,
it's-
we're not going to talk about what's in it. We're just going to talk that
It
it's
looks like dog
it's
food.
delicious.
Yeah.
But it's delicious. The thing is,
like
this.
dog food.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem.
Which is pretty good.
If you
by the
like
way.
dog food, then you'll like Scrapple.
Put a bit of jam on
The
it.
problem with scrapple is they slice it in a brick and they drop it in the fryer. That's not how you're supposed to cook it. Like that's the way that the restaurants sometimes cook it in Delaware.
Yeah, sure.
The way my mom and the way my grandma would cook it, who we called mum. We called my grandma mum. So the way they would cook it, you slice it really thin and you cook it on an iron skillet and
Yeah.
you make it crisp through.
Oh,
and
wow.
I'm telling you, if you
Okay.
had it, you would like it. It's got a little bit of spice.
Yep.
And the one we like the best is the organic Amish scrapple. Those Amish people make them scrapple hitters. They're delicious.
they?
Yes. So I love to talk to people.
You just
about
got to
scrapple.
fry the
No,
shit
you
out
know,
of it.
I thought you were actually labeling a deli. I've heard of scrapple.
Okay.
But I've never come into physical
You're
contact
like, I don't
with
fuck with it. But
Yeah. Honestly, I like fried spam.
Yeah.
I do, like hardcore fried.
Yeah.
You know, with some jam on some toast.
then you would
maybe
love
maybe a
scrapple
fried
then,
egg.
bro. You would love
Oh,
scrapple.
I'm into it, man.
All
I'm
right.
gonna
They're
get
basically
some.
the same thing. It's just
Yeah,
that.
yeah,
That's the
absolutely.
spam is that from England or is that from the United States?
I believe. I think it seems English, doesn't it?
We're going to do a whole show on spam.
yeah.
It's
you know,
war
Scrapple.
food.
Yes.
He actually named his dog after Scrapple.
My dog's name is Scrapple.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Oh, so you really love it.
Yeah, I do.
He's a Delaware boy.
I make people drink it. I make people eat it when we
yeah.
go. I'm like, you got to try this. Come on, try it. Like
I
whenever we
still
go to
like
Jersey
that.
and stuff, whenever we get to the Jersey line, it's like they got Scrapple here. Come on, you got to try this.
Nice.
And everybody's like, why do you
And
keep
just-
pushing
can
that
you
shit
get
on
it in a
people?
convenience store?
You could get it in the grocery stores and stuff
In a
like that.
can,
Yeah.
right?
No, it comes in a plastic wrap.
Okay,
It's like
sure.
a wrap. So Dogfish, you know Dogfish Ale, it's like
yeah.
a IPA.
Yeah, of
So
course.
they're in Delaware and they came up with the Scrapple beer, which is
Wow.
weird as shit. That I'm not down
Has
with.
it got meat in it?
I don't think so. I don't know. I think it's just a flavor.
It's
so,
meat flavored beer. Wow.
Oh my word.
so how many years have you been coming to the Mohegan Sun?
This is my first year.
This your first year?
Yeah,
What
it
do you
is.
think about it?
I think it's incredible.
They do a good job, right?
Yeah, I think it's going to be an amazing event.
Did you
tonight.
see the people walking around with the pretzel necklace? And do you think that maybe some of the guests that are on below deck should have on those pretzel necklace just because of the amount of drinking they do? Chase, explain to Ben the pretzel necklace.
All right, so the pretzel necklace is a bunch of Snyder pretzels that you hang around your neck with a little string. And then throughout the day, if you're doing day drinking, you don't want to be too drunk. You want to ride that line in between being completely hammered and being sober. So there's a nice little area.
Yeah.
So the pretzels actually absorb some of the alcohol in your stomach, make you a little bit more sober, and I call it Viagra for drinking because you will outlast your competition if you got some pretzel hitters around your neck. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, very
what do you-
interesting
What do you think
to see
about
that.
What do you think?
You know what? I think it's great. I think it's a great idea.
Maybe some
it's-
mustard dipping sauce, I think,
Yeah,
would be good.
it's not a food hazard. I think it's clever.
Yeah.
It's very
I actually had people eating it off of my neck. They reached in, they're like
really
biting
Yeah.
it right off
Pretty
my
good.
neck.
It's
Yeah.
kind of
I
like
think-
a lei in a way.
Yeah.
I think it was because of his sweet hairdo, they would go in there for it. So, but Ben, listen, we appreciate you coming in,
Yeah.
stopping by. I know you only got a few minutes because you got a lot of work to do and stuff.
Yeah, you'd be surprised.
Yeah, but listen, man,
A lot of hanging out to do.
just know that Carla Johnson, Brazilian woman in Connecticut,
Yeah.
is your biggest fan, brother.
Hey,
your
well,
biggest
massive
fan.
shout out to Carla.
All right, man.
Take care.
All right, buddy. Thank you so much.
All right,
All right,
cheers.
thanks, man.
Cheers,
Thanks,
cheers,
man.
guys.
Yep.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks, man.
We'll send.
It's not on video.
Yeah, it's on video too. Yeah,
I
yeah.
didn't know that.
It's all right.
I was fucking my back around.
No, it's all right.
you're all right. You're fine.
We fix everything in post.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, don't even worry about it. We'll send it off to you too when we have it.
Doubles.
Yeah.
Try not to make me look like
Yeah. Yeah, I saw the episode about your back. That was bad. Anyway, that guy is cool. That guy is he's good stuff. He's on
a
Below
Ripple
Deck.
legend. He's
right?
a legend.
I
Yeah.
just felt the need to talk like
It's
drinking.
so funny that you brought up
drinking shit.
below deck to me like months ago, and now we're
here
sitting
interviewing
down
this
with
guy?
with the guy from below deck.
Oh, here we go with our third guest,
What's up,
and
guys?
she's
What's
our
up, Michelle?
family here. We know her very well.
I have no voice, so ignore this.
Oh, that's
that's
okay.
okay.
That's
what do
all
I sound
right.
like? I don't know.
That's
Not-
all right.
You sound a little raspy, like you're a blues singer, maybe.
anymore.
Yeah,
I'm
I saw you singing away over there. Now you got your singing voice with Chef Plum when we did the Elite Chef stuff,
Holy
right?
shit. Yeah. I'm a singer.
Yeah.
That's why my voice sounds like this.
Yeah.
What up, you guys?
How you doing?
Well, I'm good.
Welcome
So-
to our world. Once you put the headphones on, it's like
I know this is kind of nice.
we're
So how do you pronounce your last name?
Ragussis.
Ragussis. So Michele Ragussis.
Yes.
Chef
Chef
Michele
Michele.
Ragussis.
Yes.
So
Yeah.
we actually know you from working on Elite Chef.
Correct.
So
Yes,
we were like,
super
we
fun.
know her.
Yeah,
It's
we'll
our
take
people.
her.
We know her. Of course we want to interview her.
I love it. Excellent.
So you obviously been coming to this for many years, correct?
Sixth year.
Sixth year. That's
Yep.
awesome. So
It's
what do you
awesome.
think of the event this year?
Oh my God. I mean, this is like my favorite event. And
Yeah.
I go to like 2 Mexico events, and
Yeah.
this one
one
is the
kills
one.
it.
It's the one.
Yeah.
We all love it. I mean, Lindsay kills it. She's awesome.
Yep.
And they take such good care of us. And, you know, you can maybe win some money.
Yeah.
That would not be me.
Hey now. Hey now.
Okay,
I'm
guys.
down $150, but
Really?
I'm
Really?
good. I have one more night to get
He's just
back
getting
up.
Oh,
started.
okay.
I'm
You
just
want to
getting
know?
started, yeah.
1,000.
Whoa.
Down.
Oh, don't. What are you playing, Michelle?
Slots.
Oh, that's your problem.
Wait, blackjack,
All
roulette,
right.
everything.
You got to get with this guy. This guy's lucky.
He's down.
He's lucky. He's down, but you win money. You can win money off of him.
I'm
Like
not
he
gonna say
can't win money. He can't win money, but if he's rolling craps, you can win money
I'm not
off
gonna
of
say
him.
Touch me. All right.
All right,
My
now you
man.
got the magic touch.
All right.
So, one of the things that we've been asking a lot of the chefs today,
Yep.
because obviously our program is about entrepreneurship.
Mm-hmm.
So, one of the things we've been asking is, do you consider yourself to be an entrepreneur? And we think yes,
Well,
because
thank
obviously, somebody in your position who's
Mm-hmm.
a chef, who is kind of a personality, you have your own brand. So,
Yeah, you're
what
right.
are your thoughts on that?
Yes,
Like-
absolutely. I mean, yes and no. I mean, I don't know. That's a hard question to answer. I mean,
Yeah.
yes, I do agree with it totally, because you have to rep yourself and be a certain way.
Yep.
That's why I changed my hair, because if I got called the love child of Anne Burrell and Guy Fieri one more time, I was going to shoot myself. I was like, seriously? Don't look like either one. I'm going brown hair.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, you have to stay on point with that. And so recently too, I just started a Chefs for Disaster Relief.
Yes. Yep.
And so, I mean, I'm kind of branding it. I wanted it to be like all chefs, but you have to have your face out there. And so, chefs are really hard to wrangle.
yeah.
So to always be like, send me a recipe. I need a recipe. It's like, all right, I got to put my face up there.
Yeah.
So it's becoming kind of me, but it's for every chef.
Yeah.
And to just raise awareness and change the world.
I think
That's
that
great.
some chefs kind of consider themselves like artists. Like
Oh,
they're
yeah.
not about the business side at all.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yep.
mean? They're like, I'm about the food and I'm about the presentation and all that, the art of cooking.
Yep.
And then some are like all about the business, all about the marketing. You know, it's so funny. You get such a range.
Yeah.
What do you think you lean more on the artist
I'm more
side?
on the artist side. Yeah. It's
Yeah,
really hard.
100%.
If people start
You
talking
can tell by
business,
all the tats and everything.
yeah.
You can tell
The
you're an
minute
artist.
someone starts talking business, I'm like this. What?
Yeah.
It's probably why I don't know what I'm doing.
No,
I don't know.
you're
I'm trying to
doing
make,
awesome.
I'm doing some stuff, and private chefing, which is weird because I'm a restaurant chef.
Yeah.
It's really hard for me to transition.
Yeah.
And Plum's always like, don't worry, it's fun. I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm the help.
Yeah, right?
You know?
Yeah,
So,
you're saying that.
what were the events that you did at this event?
So
You
Friday
did a few,
night,
right?
Friday night I did a demo.
Yep.
Main stage kicked it off, which was really good.
Nice.
Super awesome. It was busy.
Yep.
First time in that stage up there.
Nice.
And tonight, and I did the news the other day.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yep. So news Thursday morning,
Yep.
Friday night. Holy
Yep.
crap! I've been here forever.
Yeah, I know, right?
Holy shit. Can I say that on here? Sorry.
No, it's
No,
okay.
you're
You're
good.
good.
Okay.
You're good.
Yeah, yeah.
No, and tonight, if I have a voice,
Yeah.
people are gonna go, "What are you making?" I'm gonna be like, "Lobster." I mean, I
Closed
can't.
captions.
Right. That's it. Big
Yeah.
sign.
So one of the other things that we were saying with a lot of the chefs is like, they get to see all their people here.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a reunion.
Oh my God, it's
right?
so
you
much
get to
fun.
See, Rocco was saying that he sees people, he saw Mark.
Yeah.
And they both work in New York, and they
Yep.
never see each other in New York, but they see each other on the road. Which
It's crazy.
Yeah, which is funny, but it's also kind of cool. That you guys can kind of all get together and stuff like that.
And it's
at
super,
these
like, we have
events.
so much fun. Like, I mean, I met Manit 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And the first time I met her, we just became buddies.
Yeah.
And then, like, a month later, I was doing a pop-up in Nashville at a restaurant. So
Yeah.
it's like, it's good collab.
Yep.
And now it's just like, if we only see each other once a year, it's a cool bonding experience once a year for sure.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
And
Super
what
fun.
better place to have it than Mohegan Sun?
It's the best.
It's the best. It's the best casino on.
It really, really is. I
Yeah.
mean, it's the best.
No, I mean 40 restaurants are in here. Isn't that unbelievable?
You know what, though?
40
I spent all my
restaurants.
time at a stupid table, and I don't even know what's going on.
Oh, we're gonna hang out
Oh
tonight.
my God.
We're gonna find you late night
Where
at a
is
blackjack
she?
table,
If everyone's
right?
like, "Where's Michelle?" You can always be like, "She's on that floor somewhere."
She's hung over the craft
Right?
table.
I'm like,
just
"Oh
with
my,
a-
crying! Please let me win."
So let me ask you: do you have a book out or no?
No,
All
working
right.
on one.
So inside of that book, are you gonna have a recipe that involves Scrapple? Maybe?
No.
Are you familiar with Scrapple?
Yeah, isn't it that like Pennsylvania mushy meat stuff?
Yeah. So
Yes.
I'm a big
Here we
Scrapple
go.
guy. I'm from
You are?
Delaware. I love talking to chefs about Scrapple.
Yep.
If you eat it the right way, it's really good.
Okay.
Like Chefy Jeff.
Yeah.
He was like, no, he goes, you slice it real thin and you cook it real hard. It's
Like
delicious.
sear it, right?
Yeah.
So,
you
but what
make
is it
real-
exactly? Is it like?
So it's basically hot dogs for breakfast. Is what I
Okay.
kind of like to say, except it's a little.
It's hot dogs, but in a square.
So it's all innards pushed together, which I
Yeah.
love.
Yes. So and it's just like a little gray block, and then you
Gray?
slice it. Yeah.
It's gray.
It's gray, and then you slice it, and then you cook it in an iron skillet, and you really char it.
Yeah.
It's got a little bit of spice to it. Amish people make an amazing organic scrapple. The organic part I'm a little confused about, but they make an amazing organic scrapple. And,
Do you fry eggs? Put them on top?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I would
Or
do.
what about a Dutch baby? Have you ever heard of a Dutch baby?
Yeah, that's that big.
Yeah, it's like
Yep,
that pancake
yep, the
thing.
poofy
Yeah,
the
I just
poofy
had one
thing.
of those for the first time. My mom made it. She's like,
Awesome.
"Oh, I saw it in so and so's cooking book."
Was it good?
Yeah,
It's
it was
good.
delicious.
Yeah,
I
that
think
sounds
I
good.
saw
Dutch baby
something.
hitter.
I think I saw something on the news the other day about how the prison system outlawed Scrapple because
Get
it's cruel and unusual punishment.
Seriously?
Get out of here! Stop.
I'm just
That
kidding.
was
I'm
spam.
just
Oh,
That was
that's spam.
No, but I
spam.
mean, he keeps talking about it, and he hasn't made it or even made efforts to have us try it yet. So I'm thinking
When are
that
you gonna make it?
Gotta come
I mean,
to Delaware, bro. You gotta let Nana cook it for you.
That's right.
gotta
yeah,
let
because
Nana-
I don't want you cooking it.
No, you need
I
Nana
need
to cook
I
it.
need a Nana from Delaware to be cooking.
Yeah,
that
you have to have
inside.
it.
I
Always
need
nanas.
her name
Yeah.
to be Nana.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I won't eat it.
So
Otherwise, I
tell
won't
us a
eat
little bit about the cause that you set up for Chef. What is it, Chefs Against?
Yeah, Chefs for Disaster Relief.
Yeah.
So I was literally laying in bed watching what was happening in Australia.
Yeah.
And I saw my fifth picture of a koala burning, and I started
horrible.
crying.
Yeah.
I just bawled.
Yeah.
I'm an animal lover.
Yep.
Yep.
So I was like, I woke up the next day and I was like, I have to do something.
Yes.
But what can I do? I can't leave my life and go feed people and volunteer. You know,
Yep.
we have responsibilities. But I'm a chef and I have to do something. I don't have a lot of money. I can't get on planes and just go donate money. What can I do? And so all of a sudden I just started writing all my chefs.
Yep.
If I was going to do something, would you help?
Yep.
Would you donate a book? Would you send me a knife? Would you give me a recipe? Send me a picture? And they were all, the response was like, anything you need, anything you need.
That's awesome.
And
And
I
you know what's
didn't-
funny is that I've seen this
Yeah.
all over the place.
Yep.
But I didn't know that it was your
Yeah.
cause, which
Yeah.
is means you're doing a really good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Because it's getting out. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? And I know I'm starting to get more into your guys' network
Yeah.
as well. So I just think it's an awesome idea. I think
Thank
it's
you.
very emotional and upsetting situation that's going
Yeah.
on over there. And I think that's really great. That
And we took it in a way where we want it to be human and natural disaster. It's everything. So like this whole week, Mike from Ergo Chef gave us a knife.
Yep.
And so it's teen suicide all week.
Yep.
So we want it to be all disasters, like
Yes.
education, food in the schools. I mean, like
Yes.
where it's needed is what we're going to talk about. And it really is just to raise awareness more than making money. If we can get money raised, great.
Yep.
But for people to just take a minute and go, holy shit, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like holy shit, chefs care about this.
Chefs care about this.
We need to care about
Yeah,
this too.
and then we could put up
Just create
pictures
that
and
cause.
recipes so that people are still having fun. And it's not a depressing place.
Yep.
It's a place to go, holy shit, and then go, ooh, this looks delicious. Let me donate.
So we're going to get behind that big time
Yeah,
with our
thank you.
with
I
our
appreciate
with
it.
our agency Mack Media Group.
Please.
With our podcast, the Mack
Yep.
Talks that you're currently on.
Yes.
And we're going to definitely get behind this
I would
because
love it.
we're
Thank you
all
so much.
I'm really into nonprofits.
Yeah.
We do a lot of business with nonprofits in our agency side. I had a nonprofit that was called Newtown Strong because
Yep.
we're right next to
Yeah.
Newtown.
Yeah.
And we raised about $30,000.
It's amazing.
To help a couple kids that went through Newtown schools be able to help with their first semester of college. So I'm huge into giving back to the community and doing those types of things. So I just think it's
Awesome.
really awesome that that
Thank
you're
you
doing
so
that.
much. I love it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's hard to get followers. We started 10 days ago. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
it's not even at that state. It's just Facebook, Instagram, and just started, and we're just gonna grow organically and see and keep going.
Yeah.
It's
We're
not
gonna
gonna
help
stop.
you out. We're gonna throw you some different ideas.
Please. I love it. I really appreciate it. Yeah.
Awesome.
I got some T-shirts. I'll pass them out to you guys.
Awesome.
Upstairs,
Sweet.
I got cards. Yeah.
Awesome.
Hell yeah.
Awesome.
All right, cool. So
All right,
Michele
guys.
Ragussis
Yes.
here on the Mack Talks. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
guys for
Really
having
appreciate
me.
it. Hey,
Yeah.
get back up there on those tables. You hear
I'm
me? I
telling
want
you.
to hear you be at least.
Don't let 'em
You're
beat
at
you
the
down.
point right now where you're like,
Crying?
if I just get to goddamn even, I won.
That's all I care about. Can
That's
I
all
please?
you care about
If
is
I could
getting
win
even.
500 back.
Yeah, I know,
Please.
right? That's what I hear you. I
You
hear
can't
you.
get down.
God.
You gotta keep hitting it
Well,
hard.
we'll see you
All right.
out there on the floor, all right?
All right. I love you guys.
so
Thank you
much.
so
All right,
much.
Thank you.
Thank
Take
you.
care. All right,
right,
that was
guys.
awesome.
That was
She
good.
is great. Michele Ragussis.
Thank you.
Yes.
I'm gonna go cook my ass off.
Go get him, girl. Go get him. I love it. Oh, she was great. She's awesome. So we know her through Elite Chef.
Yep.
She's our buddy.
Yep, Chef Plum.
Yep.
Chef Jeff. They're all close. So
Jeff Perazzi.
I love coming into this group and this
I do.
network. These people
I
are
love
such
these
good people.
They're awesome
and they're
people.
just like us.
Yes.
They're just like us.
Yes.
They're hustlers. They're creative. They're they're outgoing and they loved giving back, which is what we're all about too. So
Plum does that a lot as well, and a lot of these chefs do, and I think that it's really awesome. And like you just said, man, they're good people, man. They're very personable, very approachable people.
Yeah.
Right?
I know that chefs have this I've always thought they've had this air around them of just it's not confidence, but it's just it's like they're the boss.
Yeah.
They're very boss people.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I've always respected the hell out of them because
So,
it's one of the hardest
these
professions.
chefs that we're talking to today and the position that we're in, I love. I get treated well. But when I was a dishwasher,
Oh well, yeah.
a little bit different
I mean,
of a situation back
whoa.
then.
I got stuff thrown at me, but it was all
It was
love,
all
though.
love,
It was
though,
all passion.
because then at the end you got a dish. It was like, oh, I made this for you. Oh,
I
that's
know.
great. You splashed me with the silverware water 15 times, but okay.
I know
but
so many, and you learn so much in the kitchen. And these people, obviously, they're
This is
incredible.
this is such a great event. I definitely want to thank Charisse, who was just sitting over there a minute ago.
You think we could pull her on here? Or no.
I would like to, but I think she might be busy.
Look, we're the only ones left in
We're the
here.
only ones left in this room recording this
Everybody's
podcast. We started first, and then we're the last ones here with the media.
Wow.
So this is great. This is the first time we were able to actually cover an event, right? This is our first event that we've kind of covered to this extent that
Yes.
is with
Yeah,
inside
yeah.
of the food industry.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, we've covered. I mean, this is the Mack Talks, right? We've covered.
We did the
many,
Push Against
many
Cancer
events.
event.
We've covered many events. We covered the
Travel show.
What was it? I think it was the 2018 or 2017 NFC Championship in Philadelphia. We covered that. Me out
You
there.
covered that.
Yeah, I covered
But-
that with my boy Perry. Shout out to Perry. He told me it was going to
Oh,
be
he's
a blast
also a
up here.
chef.
Yeah, he's
right?
technically
he's
a chef.
He's a chef. Chef
He
Perry.
chefs it up. Can you see Perry on Below Deck? Holy shit. Imagine my boy Perry Anastastakis being on Below Deck.
He needs a British accent. In order.
Bro, they don't allow Greeks on Below Deck.
He needs to
because they'll freaking
He
snap.
needs to just get good at saying "piss off,
They'll snap.
piss off."
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like he'll be cracking that whip. He would be like, first of all, there's too many people on staff, is what he would probably say. Because he'd be like, we cut this down, and all the rest of these people need to move a little faster.
I feel like him and the captain would become friends.
Oh, definitely, they would be boys.
They'd be like the captain would be. He pulls his pants up.
Dude, let me just
cinches
tell you,
his belt
Perry's the
tighter.
type of dude where he would actually become the captain.
I'm the captain now.
I am the captain.
Look at me.
Yeah.
I'm the captain.
All right, so what are we going to do after this, dude? We're definitely going to go do some gambling.
We got to do some gambling. I want to get something to eat because I'm starving.
Yeah, we haven't eaten anything.
I've actually eaten a lot, but
Well, we've eaten a little bit.
And then I think we want to hang out with these chefs. So I say that once 10 p.m. rolls around, we find our way, we meander our way into the club and we go hang out with these people.
Yeah, I'm down with
They
that.
already know us.
Yeah. We're boys. Like, we're boys with all the chefs now.
I know.
We've made great relationships. We're super excited to have met them and stuff. So
Who was that? Was it Mark or was it Aaron, Jason Santos? The guy you were talking about earlier with
one with
the
the blue hair?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. He was awesome. He gave us an awesome compliment about the show that we're doing, Elite Chef. I feel like we haven't talked about that enough.
Yeah.
Elite Chef is the show that we're doing.
that's what got us here.
It's what got us here, and it's what got us to the dance. And I feel like we need to give it some lip service.
Let's give it some
so,
lip service.
Scott, tell us.
So Chef Plum came up with this idea, working with Bird Social Media and Eli's Restaurant Group, to basically showcase, have like basically a cook-off, right? A chef challenge, shall you call it? And they're basically going from each one of Eli's restaurants, from restaurant to restaurant with different challenges, and every week a different chef gets voted off.
Yep.
So
it's kind of like Chopped.
Yeah,
a little bit.
A little bit. And then Plum goes in there and throws a little curveball at him. I know episode 2, they had to bring in their own ingredients, and then he mixed them all up, and somebody else got somebody else's ingredients.
Yeah.
So the show is really cool. Michele, that's how we know Michele Ragussis, is that she was one of the judges.
Yeah.
And I think we just put up, I think Bird Social Media just put up episode 3 yesterday. And there's going to be a total of 7 episodes, right? So there's going to be a total of 7 episodes. So, yeah, we've just been working with them on that, and that's kind of what got us to this event because, we're kind of getting into that industry a little bit.
It's also something we've never done before, and it's definitely a new challenge for us in our video department to do it. But I love the way it came out, and honestly, the production's really great, and it's also a lot of fun, and it's bringing us into a new industry.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. We never really dove into this before, so that's why.
And we got a little bit of team bonding going on here.
We do.
We got a little team bonding with Matt and Tommy.
I know.
Matt's gonna leave though after this, so he's not gonna go on. He's not gonna go and bang those tables with us. But we will do that another time. That's for sure.
Matt's been hustling today.
Yeah.
I respect
his dogs
these
must be
guys.
barking, and Tommy's dogs must be barking because my dogs are barking.
I'm just the talent. I walk around and I just got nice hair.
You just a guy with nice hair,
I'm
nice
just a guy with
glasses,
nice
and a
hair.
sweet turtleneck.
And I just hang out, and I'm like, oh, what's
yeah, pony
My
boy.
job is so easy, guys.
Real quick, before we wrap this thing up, couple of things that happened on the craps table last night.
Yeah.
We walk up to the craps table, and some dude at the other end of the table goes, "Oh, look, it's Pony Boy." Or that, what did he say?
Yeah. He goes, "Oh, what's going on, Pony Boy?" He looked at me because this is what I'm working with here, and I look like
That's
Pony
Pony Boy hair. If he
And-
saw you like after you get out of the shower, where yours it's all like
Yeah. I know
with your jean jacket on.
Oh my
Holy
God.
shit!
It's like
Pony
I'm on
Boy.
the set of
What's the movie?
The
Yeah, The
Outsiders.
Outsiders.
I'm literally on the set. I'm with.
What does he say?
Charlie
Stay
Sheen.
gold. Stay golden, Pony Boy.
Yeah.
And then Pony Boy picked up the dice and shit the bed. Is what Pony Boy did.
Yeah, I rolled a 7.
And then
then afterward, there was 2 guys next to us who.
Yeah, so there were these. I was playing the don't pass line. It's what I do. You don't like it, I don't care. All right, I play the don't pass line. I'm trying to win money. There's a reason why it pays less money because the odds are in your
Scott
favor.
got a certain person
I got a couple of people that were next to me.
who he felt that
They were a little upset.
they were not going to roll well.
No.
And they felt that they were going to roll well.
Yes.
And so what happened was a pissing match of who was going to, you were betting against each other.
Yeah.
And so, of course, things get a little hairy.
Naturally, when that happens, I have a little bit of an issue is that I don't want to lose, right? So then I go on the don't pass line. He rolls the dice, right? He hits the points. I lose my money. And then I'm like, he's not going to do it again. And then I put more money on top. Now, the good thing is.
Because you have to.
He did shit the bed and he did crap out.
Yeah, he did.
But the worst part about it is, and I know that this is not a gambling podcast, but I do want to touch on some of my gambling techniques for you out there.
Yeah.
I have this philosophy that if you're on the come out roll and you roll a lot of 7s, you roll 7s, you roll 7s.
You're a 7 roller.
If you're a 7 roller, guess what? I'm going to bet against you.
You roll 7.
Yeah. So it might not be the best approach to take that when this gentleman has the dice in his hand and he's rolling after he rolls the point, and I just keep saying, well, when you roll 7s, you roll 7s. trying to get in there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get into his hand, into his head,
Yeah.
which will get into his hand, which will get into the dice.
And there was a little bit of tit for tat back and forth between us. I couldn't really understand what he was saying. He had such a thick Italian accent. He was like, I think at one point he called us motherfuckers.
I think he definitely called you a motherfucker.
I think he called you.
Yeah, he's like,
You
this
were leading the charge.
motherfucker behind me.
Anyway, one thing I'm learning about from gambling, and this is just a life lesson, is that if you're gonna make a move, you gotta double down. If you're gonna go ahead and bet, and you're gonna say this guy's gonna roll the point and he's gonna hit numbers, then you put your money on the goddamn table and you make that bet.
I hear what you're saying, but I'll just say you using the term double down is probably not right because you kept not doubling down. You kept not doubling when you were
I know.
10 in
Hey, I
blackjack
said
and
I'm
the dealer had a
learning this,
3.
right? I said I'm learning this. I last night was an experience. It was a growth experience. I'm learning from it. I swear.
I hear you. All right. Well, let's wrap this up because this is not a gambling podcast. This is an entrepreneurial podcast. Can a gambler be an entrepreneur? Next on the Mack Talks. Now, all right. So we're going to wrap this thing up.
Yep.
We'll get some more footage. We'll get some more takes. But we definitely got some great content. I think we had a great show with the 3 chefs that came in. We banged them out one by one by one.
Yep. We'll plug all
We
their
got
stuff.
to talk to each one of them about my favorite meal, which is Scrapple.
Yep. Except for the first guy, right?
Yeah, except for Rocco.
But anyway, we're gonna plug all their stuff in the bio. It's all gonna be in the post and the captions, so you guys can go and check out their channels. Also, the Chefs for Disaster Relief.
Yep.
We're gonna be sharing content about that as well.
And definitely follow Rocco DiSpirito.
Yep.
On Instagram.
Yep.
Follow Michele Ragussis on Instagram.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. And follow
Ben. Of course, follow Ben.
Benstogram.
Benstogram.
At Benstogram.
Yeah. All right, cool, everybody. This is wrapping up episode number 52, which is a 7 out. See you guys.